Hello, everyone. So, this is a new way in which I want to communicate with you um, while being in contact with water in my bathtub. And I'm doing it because mainly I feel called to do it. So, there must be something in this way of connecting that is important or special. Um, I have realized probably, in the last years that I was very, very comfortable in water, and it helped me reach a meditative state, and to connect with my soul or higher realms of consciousness, along with relaxing the body, obviously. And I think the first time that I decided to record myself, I think it was almost 2 years ago when I was in my family holidays home, and I was in the bathtub as well, and I decided to record myself and to share it. I actually did it live. It was not through this account, it was another account that I had, which was quite privately. I may had at that moment 15 people or so who were following me. It was called Raw Maria Now. I actually created that second account to practice being more of myself, and the people who were following me there at that moment were kind of very close to me, and I felt comfortable in being really my true self. And I also committed with myself to not edit the videos. So, and I loved it, and some people who watch it also loved it and let me know that. And then again, maybe 2 months ago, no, 4 months ago or so, I recorded myself again in this bathroom. I'm here in Asturias, and I felt at that moment that there was something very special about this, and that it was important for me to keep on doing it, not just taking the baths for my own joy and self-connection and self-regulation, but to share my truth and my messages with others as well. That, of course, I felt called to do that naturally, but another part of me, the one who is concerned about what others may think, in trying to protect me from being ridiculed or rejected from other humans, then was not so sure how appropriate or inappropriate, or how well this was going to be received. So I tried and tested with two men who were close to me at that moment. None of them were my lovers. Well, I sent it to a lover as well, yeah. But the two main people that I sent it to were two conscious men who were close to me. And we had a coaching relationship. One of them was my coach at the time, and the other one was my coachee. And I had a beautiful relationship with both of them. And I wanted to share it with them because in both cases, I was working on the importance of self-expression, the importance of intimacy, and the importance of authenticity. And so along with, of course, self-love and self-respect, which are the core of any meaningful life. One of them, and in both cases, before sending them the video, I asked permission and I just clarified what was about and the reason of this place and everything and what I was doing. And I just said, I'm just going to appear in the bathtub with no clothes, obviously. Well, obviously, I mean, I could be sharing a message from here with a bikini or something, but that's not, I mean, I wouldn't be naturally taking a bath with a bikini, so why would I put it on to record this? And one of them accepted it and the other one didn't. And I was slightly hurt by the one who didn't accept it. I mean, it was not his fault, obviously, that I was hurt. It just felt like, okay, if even a conscious man is not able to completely separate the fact that I'm not wearing all of my clothes, but I'm not really showing anything that could be considered private, intimate, or sexual, at least from my perspective. Some probably people around the world may consider all this too intimate. It's not for me. No, it's not anymore, at least. And he said, I'm totally sure that you sharing with me this video has no sexual intention, and I'm sure it's beautiful, the message that you share and everything about it, but I'd rather keep these boundaries between us. Because he had his own reasons because of past experiences, and I just had to respect it and accept it. I didn't like it because I wanted to be received exactly as I am and appreciated exactly as I am. But of course, I can't force anyone to do that. And the other guy, he said, I also asked him to give me feedback after he received it. Not because I wanted to know how much he liked it or didn't like it. For me, it was more important to know how it made him feel and what it brought up for him when experiencing myself in this way. But again, not because it's me. A woman or another human being expressing themselves in this way. And he said that he loved it, that he felt very calm when watching it, and that he perceived how my soul and my presence was here, and the wisdom that I was sharing through the video, and that it was a great example of the expression of myself in this particular way. For other people, it may be something different. For me, this feels like so natural and so beautiful. And that's what I think life in the end is all about. That we get to experience our core energy and how this energy wants to find an expression in the physical world, to take a form. Now, my core energy is taking a form through this video. That's what I'm talking about. But if I'm not very much connected to my own energy, or I identify very clearly when my energy, for me, this is the same as saying my soul, wants to experience itself and express in this world, I may completely miss it, because the vast majority, I would say 98% of the population, have not been raised to be who they truly are. So they really don't know not only who they truly are, but also how to do that anymore. So, and once you pass certain years of childhood, it becomes more difficult to be in your own energy and to play your character in this world as you are before you were fucked up. So just when I decided to look at the watch, it was 11 minutes and 11 seconds. I was born on an 11th day, by the way. It's one of my favorite numbers. And in the past years, I realized the importance of constantly going back to my core energy. What feels natural, beautiful, delicious, exciting, joyful, peaceful, expansive to me. And I immediately connect to the body, because more than through the mind, the soul connects, speaks through our bodies in terms of emotions and feelings and sensations. So I know very well when I'm connected to the soul and when I'm not. And when I'm connected to the soul, I realize that I'm connected to the soul, and it's like, okay, what do you feel like doing? What is important to us at this very moment? And then it just so happened that one day I realized that being in the bathtub and taking a bath was important to me. And then the next step was realizing that recording myself being here was also very important. And the third step is sharing it with you. And that 4 months ago, it also something completely unexpected happened after I recorded myself and thought and realized for the first time, I need to be sharing this with other people, whether they like it or not, whether it's challenging for me to expose myself in this way and be so vulnerable. I had to do it. This is also something that it's very easy for me to know what to do in this life. At some point, I feel that I have to do it, but not because this is not an external order or imposition or rule or anything of that sort. I just feel it on an existential and cosmic level that it is my responsibility and obligation towards myself and humanity and this planet and the whole universe to do certain things in a certain way at a certain moment, and not to avoid that, not to allow myself to avoid that expression of me. So a few hours later, after I recorded that video, which I think it was either late November or early December, I was preparing dinner, and suddenly a few ideas came to me, and in the end, the name for this kind of videos was Sensual Satsang. I had never heard of this expression before. It just came to me, and I was actually not looking for a name. It came to me. Well, so many things just come to us when we are very open to receive, and we want to walk a path on this planet that is aligned and an extension of who we are, then we're constantly receiving inspiration and help from the non-physical world. I thought that that's such a beautiful term, sensual satsang. And it doesn't matter how much or how little people may think this is sensual. I think it is. Or how much or how little people think this is a satsang. I think it is. At least a modern version of a satsang. A 21st century Western version of a satsang or satsanga. If we can't honor ourselves and be ourselves, I really don't know what we're doing here, and I really don't know what's the point of living or pursuing anything in this world, any material thing or any nothing that comes from outside, because we will never be fulfilled and we will never make a difference in this world if it's not through being our true selves. And in that process, if we don't learn to really love ourselves as we are, as unique as we are, with our life and personal circumstances as they are right now, while we peacefully and lovingly try to improve them or change them, how our bodies look, whatever professional, financial, or romantic situation we are in or we're not, we are allowed to desire anything we want and to aspire for the highest things. And yet it is equally important that we learn to appreciate what is happening now in our lives. We could change tomorrow, but what is present for us today, to learn to appreciate it. That's also one of the greatest lessons that I have learned in this life, in the last years. That's a wonderful lesson. Because it's not about what you have. The moment that you practice enough the appreciation, it becomes a skill. And then this skill will help you for the rest of your life to be able to enjoy your life. When you learn to appreciate, accept and appreciate. First accept and then appreciate. If it's not what you particularly aspire to accept first and to appreciate afterwards. Yourself, everything and everyone around it. While, like I say, you make whichever changes are necessary for you to get to experience what you aspire to, because that's what feels more important to you in your heart and feels like, oh, that must be delicious. I really want to experience that before I die. Okay, go for it. Go for it. In the meantime, the process of life, there is no specific destination. Learn to appreciate who you are, how you are, and what you have. Love you.